Hello, welcome to my home. My name is Lisa Abbey, and this is my channel about stitching and crafting and thrift storing, any of those things. So I hope something will be exciting for you. Today is Monday, I don't know, the last Monday in June. June is almost a thing of the past, and July is just around the corner. Finally got that mosquito that's been trying to get me since I came out. One more down. Just a minute. Okay. So anyway, there wasn't a whole lot of stitching done this week. I got a little bit done, so I thought I'd share those things with you. I got a finish, and then I got some haul. So let's get started. The first thing I worked on, I don't actually have a picture of the finished thing, but it's basically just one of those red samplers, you know, to be in compliance with Brenda and Laura. And so it's a freebie off of Pinterest, and I want to say it has like letters, some alphabet, and then a little bit more of a border. I'm not sure. To tell you the truth, I don't even remember what it's supposed to look like, but I got some work done on it, and so it has to be in the list. I got a finish. This one is from Be Well and Stitch hashtag on Instagram, and I feel bad I don't remember who designed this one. I want to say it's Jeanette Douglas, but I'm not positive, but I will put it in the description box below. I changed some of the colors. I just wanted it to be more like a red, white, and blue to go in my patriotic stuff. So that's that one. I did a little bit of work on Summer at Hollyberry Farm by Stacy Nash. I'm so used to saying by Brenda Gervais because that's who I usually do a lot of stuff by. Okay, and so I believe on this one I worked on the bottom and I got the fence done. I hadn't started the fence yet, so pretty substantial amount of work. I was able to go pretty quick on that. So I did that one evening after work. One morning before work, I worked on Spell of the Moon by Blackbird Design. And when I say a little bit of work, I mean a little bit of work. I just did some more of the owl, so I did his wings. But when there's not a lot of stitching involved, you just have to include everything to make yourself look like you're not a slacker. Okay. And then the last thing I stitched on was Patriotic Poppies by Brenda Gervais. This one I think I started in Mania last year. So I was finally able to get it finished. I didn't get it pressed, so I apologize about that, but I think it turned out really cute. The sheep I used that satin DMC, so it's hard to see out here, but it has a really pretty sheen to it. I don't know if you'll be able to tell or not, but anyway, turned out really cute. I'm still debating. It has 3D wool flowers that you're supposed to sew on. So I cut them out, and I had them on there a little bit, and then I just wasn't sure. So I thought, well, I'm going to press it first and decide, because I feel like I need to press it before I sew those on. So stay tuned. I think I have a black frame that will work pretty good in there. Sarah, what are you doing? I can hear her digging in the flower bed over there. Okay, so that pretty much sums up the stitching I was able to do. I did work a little bit more on my box, and I set it back here so a dog wouldn't step on it, and then in the last video I completely forgot about it. It's kind of scary sometimes the way my brain works or doesn't work. Okay, so on the last one I showed, the last video I showed you my little box that I was working on. Let's see, I guess I'm going to have to take everything off of it. Okay. I could have thought that through a little bit better. Sorry. Sorry to hold you up there. So this is another Brenda Gervais pattern, When Flowers Blossom. When or where? When Flowers Blossom. So I was able to get that mounted and put in the box. And this was a box that I had found at the thrift store a while back and had kind of forgot that I had, but I was cleaning up down there a little bit and ran across it again and thought, man, I bet that other piece would fit in there, and it did. So very excited about that. Okay, so I painted it, and I went over all this in the last video. So I had a little pin cushion. I took one of the motifs out of there, the design, and made a little pin cushion to go on here. And then I made a little scissor fob, and I kind of talked about that last time also in the last video. So if you're interested, you can go back one video and see. And I was looking for those little red and white checked fab embroidery scissors in all of my project bags, and I can't find them anywhere. So, but when I was going through some of my mom's things, I found her embroidery scissors, and I thought, well, that's an even more exciting thing for me. So, because she just passed away in April, so I love the thought of having her scissors on there. And then, hold please. I found her thimble, so I have that sitting on it. I just put some little random buttons on a little string, and then I just made a little strawberry to go on the top to sit there. And I don't know, it might go in the drawer because it's getting a little bit busy on top here, but anyway, super cute. Love how it turned out. I'm so glad I remembered to share it with you. I'm going to have to start making a post-it note to sit on here. Don't forget this. Okay, so now we're on to the stuff that Larry found. And I talked about it a little bit in the last video, and I planned on doing a little porch tour, but I still have a whole bunch of things I need to get finished, so I don't want to do it until I have stuff done. So in 2 years we'll do a tour. Probably not too far off. Okay, so he ran across these. There was actually 4 of them, and I don't know if they were just like to put old you know, like the old camera reels on. It says can number 2349. It has a little picture on there. So anyway, there's 4 of them, but can't you just see some cute stitching mounted on there? I just think that would be so cute. And then maybe have them all stacked up or whatever. So that was the one thing. He found this really cool old wooden box. And I love old looking things. And a lot of times you see people paint and they just distress them and, oh, it's just so easy. It never looks right when I try to do it. So when I find something that's actually old, I get really excited about it. And so it has a cute little tray. Of course, it has like nuts and bolts, which aren't very cute, but with little thimbles or little strawberries or buttons. Can't you just see that being so cute? And then it's not a super deep box, but very cute. And then I can just see some stitching on the top of that. Or on the inside, and put it here and have it up open all the time. That might be a better idea. Let me lock this before I drop all these little nuts and bolts. Okay, so then there was also another wooden box, and it's actually a prettier green than it's showing up here. And it says servicing a modern maintenance of motor and chassis. That'll probably go. But it has a cute little box inside too, a little tray. So I was super excited. And I think he knew that the way to get me to simmer down, because I mean, we've been trying to get rid of things, and that's another thing. Like if I do a porch tour, there's bound to be areas that are going to be seen that I try not to let y'all see. I try to pick a pretty view and try not to deviate. And if I do happen to do a tour, then I try to be very specific on where the camera goes so that, you know, the unpretty things aren't seen. Well, in the back of our house, there's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. And so my husband makes wonderful things with it. Wonderful things. And I am so thankful that he is able to do it and that he finds these things and we're able to do things very inexpensively. But it's all kind of eking out of his garage, which I always give him a hard time about. But, and so in the tour, I'm like, oh, you know, how am I going to be able to get through all this stuff without you guys seeing how it really is? But then I got to thinking, you know, life is like that. So I probably ought to just show you guys the process, and then somebody else will witness. If I ever get anything done, you'll be like, all right. Oh, I'm getting closer. I almost know how to edit, so pretty soon some of these moments might not be in here. Okay, and then the last thing, and I have it in a little plastic bucket because they're really dirty. And one tipped over, and so there's just literally oil all over. But I have these really cool oil cans, and they're all at different size spouts. It's going to be so cute. I asked Larry, I said, so how the heck are we going to clean these up? And he says, I think if you take brake fluid, we'll be able to get them nice and clean. So we'll see. That's why I did this at the end, because I'm so paranoid to touch my stitching after all this dirty stuff. My luck, I'll get a really nice thumbprint right on something. Okay, and then probably the last thing I thought I would share with you was one of my projects that I did last Wednesday. My dad passed away about 10 years ago, I think. 9 years ago. And so when he passed away, we were going through some of his stuff, and there was a pair of work boots, and they weren't the right size for anybody, but I thought, oh, they would look so cute with like little succulents coming out of them, you know, and have them just set aside. And I thought, well, I would love to just have part of him, you know, sitting around on the porch with us. So but then when the actual doing, you know, the actual putting dirt in it, I just really had a hard time. So it's been sitting in my closet for all these years. And I thought, nope, today's the day. So, but they were actually kind of brand new boots. So I thought, well, those don't really look like they should have anything growing out of them. So I had to distress them. I just took potting soil and just rubbed all over them to try to grunge them up a little bit. I cut a hole in the toe and have a little bit of acetum growing in there. And then my dad's favorite was either mums or hen and chickens. And so I had hen and chickens that I needed to plant up. So I just got some random little succulents in there. And I have both of them down here by my little fountain. But it was a little, I felt a little guilty doing it because they were like brand new boots. But I figure they'll last my lifetime here because they won't really get any weather. They'll just get me putting a little bit of water in there as the succulents need them. So, but anyway, I thought I'd share that with you. I'm hoping to go in and get my cleaning done and then try to work on a few other projects. I have a potting bench out on the back porch that Larry made for me, and I have to make a curtain underneath there. And I don't know if that's anything anybody else would want to learn how to do. I mean, I've made curtains for years and years. That was something that my mom taught me. But I don't know if anybody else would want to do that. I've never even looked on YouTube to see. I'm sure there's probably a ton of tutorials if you're interested, but I didn't know whether anybody would be interested in how you do just a primitive curtain, or does everybody know that? I don't know. If you have a thought, leave me a message down below. But anyway, I'm hoping to get that done, and then I have some little sheep that go out in my yard, and their faces are black, and all the paint's chipping off that, so I bought paint to fix that. So if I could just stay off social media, I think I could probably get something done. I don't know, I might start limiting myself and like set a timer, and I can only look at my phone for that amount of time. If I did that, I'd probably have like hour-long videos. Look at all the stitching I did. Anyway, well, I hope everyone has a wonderful week. It's supposed to be really hot here. It's supposed to be like in the 90s all week. So I probably won't be doing a whole lot outside. It's really nice out on the front porch here until the sun gets over the house. Probably like, I don't know, 1. And then after 1, it starts to bake up here, so you have to go to the back porch then. But most likely I'll just probably be in the air conditioning. But anyway, I think that's pretty much all I had to share with you. Yeah. I have a couple ideas for some project bags, so I'm hoping to get in the sewing room a little bit today. And then we took down, my mom had like a little kitchenette type thing in her, my phone's about to ring. She had like a little kitchenette type of thing in her room that's now my sewing room. And so Larry was able to get the cabinets off the wall. So I could potentially even paint this week. That might be a good thing since it's going to be so hot outside. Just stay inside and paint. But anyway, hopefully I will have something exciting to share with you next week. I'd like to say welcome to all my new subscribers. I've had like 52 subscribers this week. So very excited about that. Thank you for joining me and hitting the subscribe button. Hope everybody has a wonderful week. If you have anything you want to share with me, I always put my email in the description box below. So if you want to send me some pictures of what you're working on. I know Rebecca and some other ones sent me some pictures, so feel free to do that. I love to see what you guys are up to, and hope you'll join me again. Bye-bye.